It's a sign of the ages. Marking
Something's changing, something is happening. Danny Glover, what do you say? Come on up here, Danny Glover. Lethal Weapon.
Thank you. My good friend Auntie Davis always said when he ended up somewhere, and they asked him, why are you here? And he said, this is the place I'm supposed to be at this moment, at this time in our history, at this time in the history of the world. I want you to meet my family here. This is my family. These are my brothers and sisters right here. These are the ones who bear the brunt of what has happened with the bailouts, who bear the brunt of what has happened with this extraordinary depletion of people's ability to make a living. They're the ones who are standing here. They're the ones whose back that we all stand on. Remember that. They're the ones right here. As we take here, we talk about this moment. This moment has to realize itself in a movement that just doesn't happen with an occupation, a movement that has to be organized. As the great labor leader A. Philip Randolph said once, we have to organize to change what is happening in our lives. And that's what we have to do. We have to take this moment, this extraordinary moment, which is happening with 477 cities in the world. Take this moment. Right here, you're not alone in this. You're not alone in this. Remember, you represent the 16.5 million people, 15.5% of those who are unemployed and unemployed. You represent the 88% of workers who are not represented by a union. That's what's happening in this country. That's what's happening. That's what you represent. You represent the homeless men and women. You represent those who've been dispossessed, those who have been taken out and removed from the system. You represent those brothers in jail who are on strike, hunger strike right now. You represent them. Remember, you represent Troy Davis. You're a part of this. So when we build a movement, we just can't build a movement for one part of the situation. We have to change the whole part of the situation. We have to change those ones. We have to not only march right here. We not only have to organize and occupy, but we also have to say to D.C. and that administration in D.C. that jobs plan, that job program is inadequate. It doesn't solve the problem. It doesn't do anything but create false hope. We're tired of false hope. We went in 2008, we came, young people like yourself, people who have been all the time working and struggling, figuring that they had some chance to change, some real chance of hope. We were fooled. We know that right now, they're listening to you right now. They see that business will not happen as usual. We cannot have business happen as usual. You understand that? So we have to stand up. We have to stand up as our brothers and sisters have stood up in Haiti. We have to stand up as our brothers and sisters have stood up in other places. We have to stand up in Tahrir Square, wherever it's in Egypt, wherever they stood up. We have to stand up with them. And knowing that we are part of that same voice that's happening with men and women on the streets of Greece, in Spain, in other places. We're part of that voice. And we will not accept anything less than a change, a real change, a change for the future. We have to stand up for not only who we are right now and where we are right now, but we have to stand up for the future of our children and the future of the world. We have to stand up not only for the future of the world, we have to stand up for the precious Mother Earth that we stand on. So that when they decide to build an Alaskan oil line from Alberta, when they decide to build an oil line from Alberta, we have to stand up and say no more. No more. This is our earth. This is our common ground. This is where we stand, and this is where the fight begins. That's what it is. That's where it is. And we have to be prepared to do that. Not just this weekend. Not just this weekend for our weekend warriors. We don't need weekend warriors. We need 24/7 warriors. And that's what you have to become. You have to become that. You have to be like Sojourner Truth, a 24/7 warrior. Every day. Every day. You have to be that. As we are Global Women's Strength, 24/7 warriors. United Teachers in LA, 24/7 warriors. That's what we are. DCF, give us back our children, 24/7 warriors. Let's have some 24/7 warriors right now. Right now. Right now. 99.5. I said won't do. We need 100% of you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Danny Glover. What inspiration. All righty.
They've been out here in Occupy Wall Street. They all been out here. Because they've been having the same message. But you can't sit in concert with those whose main plan is to eliminate your power, diminish your power. You can't sit in concert with them. You can't sit at the table with them. You have to sit at the table as people who are able to embellish the power. One message, a great artist once said, great artist and great man, great American, Paul Robeson once said that every generation makes their own history and they'll be judged by the history they make. You're here to make your own
With Occupy LA here in our General Assemblies, there's been a lot of debate about all the issues going on, and we've really tied everything into the economic injustice that's happening around the world. How do you envision next steps for us as occupiers?
Well, first of all, you have to create focus on that. We're going to have to create this own message.
Racial justice.
And racial justice, thank you. Economic and racial justice. King talked about it. War, materialism, racism, right there. So the redistribution, we're talking about 99%, then we have to say this 99% that we want real change. How do we manifest that? I'm not here to say that. I'm here to support what is happening. I'm overjoyed because you know what? I'm here to support this, but I know my grandson. I'm supporting this with my grandson right here too. You understand what I'm saying? Because he's going to be a part of this movement. He's a part of this movement.
What future do you see for the children of this world?
Well, I see, because I'm an eternal optimist, I believe in our capacity of the human spirit, our capacity of human beings to change. So I believe in that. That's unwavering for me. That's unwavering for me. If there's something that you never take away from me, it's the capacity of people right here to come out here and be the facilitators of change. That's unwavering.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right. Thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
It's a sign of the ages. Markings on my mind. Man at the crossroads,